All right, so we're gonna do a market recap. I'm gonna talk about how the market kicked my ass this morning. Pretty much, I'm down negative 1% for the day, which is totally fine. I think it's one negative 1% for the whole entire week. Let me make sure. Let me go back into this over here. Let me see how much I am down. Yeah, so negative 1% for the whole entire day, a week so far, which is Tuesday, which is totally fine. We still got Wednesday, we got tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday to make up the losses. It's only negative 1%, so basically I need one good trade to make all the losses back. But besides that, guys, we're gonna do the trade recap. I'm gonna show you guys the loss that I took this morning, and then later on today, I'm also gonna give you guys the new analysis that I'm expecting for tomorrow morning as well. So we're gonna start off first with the US 30. So um, literally yesterday, how I gave you guys the breakdown, I did mention that I'll be waiting for the break under this area to continue the sell, right? Since overall price was going bearish. Pretty much this morning, I gave you guys the update at 4:30. That price was already pulling up to my area of interest, right? Now, yesterday after I gave you guys the breakdown, we did get pretty much the break under, and we got the pullback. This could have been an entry, but yeah, it was like in the middle of the day, almost going into night, so I really don't trade around that time. I just focus mostly in the London session, like late London, early New York session. So we got broke under, which is cool, and then price started pulling back once again. As you guys can see, price again rejected. This happened at 4 a.m. Literally when I sent you guys this update, right? So price put up here, which is cool. I was just pretty much getting ready to go hit the gym in the morning, but I did not get my entry at this point over here. So I missed one entry here. Well, I'm not gonna count this as an entry because I don't trade at that time. But I did miss the right entry that I could have taken, which would have been this one. Literally, price broke under. We got the pullback. We did see that price end up rejecting under this major support level that I was expecting for the bounce to continue to the downside, right? This right here could have been my entry. I took a very late entry during the pre-New York. I believe my entry was at, let me make sure. So my entry this morning was literally yeah, so my entry was called as a sell limit. It was called out at 5 a.m. Sell limit was pretty much after we got this entire rejection, right? This literally big candle here. I set up a sell limit literally right at this zone, which is gonna be here again. Since it's different from the platform that I trade, my entry was at 38,550, right, which was somewhere around the zone over here. Price activated my trade. We were pretty much down, very close to take profit one, and then price was just ranging around this area, right? Again, this is very different from the platform that I trade, but in the platform, price came into the zone over here. Price started pulling back down. They were pretty much just ranging throughout my area. Almost hit take profit one. The New York session comes open, and as you guys can see, price literally just took me out of the trade. Lost negative 1%. Now, my re-entry made 1%, which is pretty cool. At least we made back the loss with US 30. Same exact idea. It was this entire candle to the downside. Right now, we entered the first one at 38,550, and then the second entry was at 38,590. So, my second entry was once basically I was waiting to see how price breaks under again, which was this candle over here. I did enter off the 5 minute time frame too. So check this out. Same exact trade as you guys can see in the New York session. We broke above it, price maintained above it, and then we started pushing back into the upside. The only way that I was interested in selling once price breaks under again, which was this candle over here. I did re-enter all over again. Price perfectly hit all my take profit. For 100 points, we're hitting over 1%, and then from there on, we're still bouncing off from this area, which is a pretty cool, interesting area that I'm going to be looking at for tonight as well, which is going to be for the breakdown. But we made back the loss after the re-entry. We lost 1%, made 1%, so pretty much break even for the day with indices. We're going to go into gold now. I'm going to show you guys the loss that I took with gold, which I'm pretty much going over it. I could have avoided this loss if I'd done my analysis way better, because this is something that I made a mistake last night. Hopefully some of you guys were able to see this mistake that I made. Pretty much it was a very simple mistake that I could avoid. But anyways, where can we start? So I pretty much mixed up the whole entire chart. So I'm about to redo this all over again. Alright, so I got the chart exactly how it was. But anyway, so the trade that we took this morning that played out for negative 1% was literally the same exact trade that I took yesterday, which was pretty much this sell that played out over 1% as well. Literally the same exact trade. It was the re-entry of the same exact sell limit. We called the sell limit at 4 p.m. before the market closed. As you guys can see, obviously price just broke above it, end up hitting stop loss, right? Now, actually I could avoid this loss and not taking the sell if I would have done my analysis correct. Hopefully you guys were able to see the mistake that I made. I did not see this mistake till this morning until we hit stop loss. I was just pretty much going over again. I'm like, wow, I could have avoided this loss. But check this out, guys. Literally how I could have avoided was pretty much just mark up the area that price started bouncing off, right? Literally so simple. We started bouncing off the zone around the 2014. 2015. If you go into the 4 hour time frame, what exactly are we bouncing off, right? Check this out. We're literally bouncing off this area of support, right? Going into the 1 hour time frame, what exactly is price doing at this point? We are simply heading to the upside, creating higher highs and higher lows, right? So we literally created this new high. We broke above this area of support, right? If I would have looked into the 4 hour time frame, I could have marked up this area of support. Broke above this area of support, price got the pullback. What did we form? A higher low above this area of support, right? So we have a resistance range around the 2022 zone, and we have a support range around the 2014 range, right? Now, if I would have continued to take selling the market at this point, right, the easy way that I could have sold the market last night literally would have been a break under the 2014, right? This is exactly how I could have avoided the loss, not taking the trade here and just simply take the sell under the zone over here. If I would have taken the buy, it would have been the opposite, literally above the 2022 zone over here. Now, we did get the break above the 2022 zone, right? But there was no proper pullback, right? So at this point, I also would have not taken the buys. It was just pretty much like an impulse move. Now we're pretty much getting the buys on the pullback, but it's not the area that I wouldn't be looking for buys just yet. Obviously, I'm gonna give you guys the full breakdown of the area that will be looking for buys, but this is exactly how I could avoid the loss. Pretty much would have not taken a trade as well this morning with gold, if I would not obviously taking the sell limit. But literally so simple mistake that I made, or stupid mistake that I made this morning. Literally could have been avoided, but you know, obviously we're gonna learn from our lesson. We did get some reaction around the 2030 zone, which is pretty much this entire area. I also had a sell limit at the 2030, right? So literally once price, we did see rejection from this zone over here. I did send exactly a sell limit at 2030. Literally right here would have been my entry. I did sell the sell limit once we're around this area. As you guys can see, price did miss my limit by 20 pips, I believe. So it was like 20 or 10 pips actually. We did miss my trade over here, and then this could have been played out as well for another 1%. So if we would have taken this out here, it would have been 1% for the day if we were not taking this one and then just waiting for these two setups over here. But like I said, obviously we made the mistakes, we learned from it, and we're just simply gonna go for our day. Now, the mission for tomorrow is obviously to make back the loss. We're going to be looking for only A plus setup for tonight. I'm not going to be sending that limit if I don't see something that is not worth taking. So that's pretty much it, guys, for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later on.